What's going on, YouTube? This is Neil with Simplicity, Complexity, Simplified. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. Today, we're going to go into the differences between men and women when it comes to having a midlife crisis and the things they don't tell you that is made public. Or let me rephrase that, they don't explain to you. Because when you let's start with the men's side when it comes to the midlife crisis. When you look and talk about the midlife crisis of a man, you think of, okay, this older gentleman is trying to get back his younger years and gets the nice flashy car or the nice new hobbies, basically to make himself feel or look younger or whatever it is. That's what they tell you. You're just trying to relive your younger years. But what they don't tell you is, because there's a correlation here that a lot of people miss, is the correlation between you as a man hitting your financial stride during these times of your midlife crisis. So in your head or somewhere in the back of your head, you're realizing that the potential that you have as a man has now started to blossom. Your marketplace value as a man has blossomed now. It's starting to hit, going towards your peak, or it's hitting your peak during these years, the years of your midlife crisis. So if you are married, or maybe you're not married, you start doing things that are more so towards looking younger, or doing things that are more so drawn to younger generational type things a lot of times. But what they don't realize is, if we're looking at this from a red pill lens, you'll notice that this is, like I said, these are your peak years where you're getting your stride. These are the best years for you. Just like the exact opposite for a woman. For a woman, her peak years are from the 18 to 25 year range. So those are her peak years, while our peak years are within like the 35 to 45 year range, which is usually where you have your midlife crisis. But for women, when it comes to midlife crisis, theirs is the exact opposite from ours, because this is where they start realizing, and then start rematuring. And the reason why I say rematuring is because when a woman realizes and understands that she has a sexual marketplace value subconsciously, she starts to not mature anymore. Because a woman matures fast. Everybody knows that women mature faster than men. But what they don't understand is a woman stops maturing when she realizes she has like a sexual value. Once she realizes she has a sexual value, her clock sort of her mental clock sort of stops where it's at, and she stops growing mentally. It's like a man that's never lost. When you have a man that's never lost, you really can't tell them anything. This is why you have the younger women, when you're trying to explain to them, hey, you need to do these things. These are the best way to go. I'm giving you advice. You can't tell them anything. Oh, you don't know. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm living my life, my truth and all these things. This is where you get these things from, because they don't understand that they've already come to a place where they've accepted and understood in a subconscious level that they have some value. And since they have value, why should they change it? Because they're getting everything through the value that they have. Same concept applies to a man that's never lost. Why should he change the way he does things when he's winning all the time? He doesn't need to, because all I'm doing is winning. But once that he finally takes that L, he gets a dose of reality. The same concept applies to a woman, but this is the issue becomes with women. It's a rapid fire of L's. It's like an avalanche, if you will, or just full auto. They take a rapid fire of L's because now they've already hit their 30s, and now they're realizing, okay, this is where they start getting into their midlife crisis. I should have done things differently. I should have did this. Oh, why didn't I do this? I should have, all the things that people probably told them before. Hey, you need to get married. You need to find the best guy you can get. This is why, the red pill space exists, because at least we have to tell these people what the truth really is and explain it to them. Hey, these are the key points that they apply to. In this case, this is why I'm bringing up the midlife crisis. If you actually look at the midlife crisis and the time frames from which they work, it paints a picture for you. Midlife crisis for men is when, like I said, when he when he starts getting his financial peak. So guess what? Since he gets financial peak, he's more willing and more able to get the women that he couldn't get before. Now, and if he does that or not, that's still up to him. But he's able to do this now because of he's on his financial stride. With the women, it's the exact opposite. She had all the opportunities during her 18 to 24 to 25-ish years, but now she's in the exact opposite. Her pool is now getting smaller and smaller because she's waited to the point where her best years are now behind her. With the men, their best years are now here. So when you look at the midlife crisis area, make sure you take a look at it. Don't take my word for it. Look it up yourself and understand what's going on here, and to tie in some dots. So it's not just me rambling and talking to you just out of my butt. Take your time and look at it. Tomorrow's not promised to you. Start being you, the better you, today.